As members of the Global Farmer Network,
We believe agriculture is part of the solution.
not part of the problem.
We are committed to developing agricultural leaders
and sharing their stories across the globe.
We have one purpose:
to amplify the farmer's voice.
My voice.
Mi voz.
La mia voce.
My voice.
Welcome to Global Farmer Voices, a podcast by the Global Farmer Network, where we invite farmers from around the world to share their stories and perspectives. Hello, I'm Delaney Howell, host for this podcast series. And in this month's episode, we're featuring Mariel Corpuz of the Philippines. Mariel is a corn farmer and a former hog farmer, as well as a solo mother of 3. Throughout this episode, we'll explore Mariel's time in the farming community, the advancements she's made as a farmer, and how being a part of the agriculture industry has impacted her family. We're just going to scratch the surface of Mariel's life story, an incredible woman and farmer. So let's start by learning more about Mariel and her background.
I started farming 1998. That was September to October, and that was the beginning. I decided on my own to go into farming because my father left his farmland in under me. So I don't have any choice but to have to take care with our farms. The biggest change into my farm since 1998 was we're suffering a climate change right now. So the biggest thing that I am experiencing was the first typhoon, drought, and often we are flooded in our areas.
When Mariel started farming back in 1990, almost 91% of all the farms located in the Philippines were less than 5 hectares in size, according to the 1991 Philippines Census of Agriculture. According to the 2018 Census of Agriculture of the Philippine Statistics Authority, today the Philippines has around 5.5 million farms, with the average farm size sitting around 1.29 hectares. The drop in farm size has done little to discourage farmers like Mariel, who have seen many natural disasters and challenges. As many farmers know, it's never smooth sailing. During Mariel's career, she has had to deal with so many unforeseen challenges, such as multiple typhoons, and alongside natural disasters, Mariel also had to navigate African swine fever when she was still in the swine industry.
I grew corn before I raised pigs, but now I won't anymore because we are suffering what we call ASF, swine fever, a kind of illness of an animal. So I quit recently because I lost a lot of money because of that. That's why I stopped for raising a pig. But now I'm concentrating with farming in growing corn. Just last year, we are suffering by hitting typhoon. So it's a big impact in my farm because I lost a lot of money because of that. And because of that also, we had a hard time to regain our losses. So that's a big thing also for us farmers to suffer such a kind of suffering because it's really, really hard to earn money and really hard also to gain back what we are losing.
Despite the challenges and hardships, Mariel has always tried to keep a positive attitude. She has also tried to instill in her family a sense of resiliency throughout the recovery process.
Recovery process is really a big deal for us because it took times. Although we keep on planting, but it's really really hard for us to recover for those. It's took years maybe if depends on the weather condition.
Being a farmer is not the only identity that Mariel bears. Family is the most important priority in her life, and it is clear how life-changing family can be too. Having been introduced to agriculture by her father at a young age, Mariel felt it was important to continue farming in the Philippines and to show her 3 children a path forward for the industry.
My eldest one is turned 26, and then my second one turned 23, and my youngest just turned 11 last March. They don't have classes. They always go with me, but I oblige them to go because they need to be, of course, hands-on what we are doing. So in case I'm away, they are here to take over. Just what happened last time that I was there in DC, and my second child took over everything.
Growing up on a farm, as so many do, parents are able to show the value of hard work. For Mariel, introducing her children to the farm was not only a way to have some helping hands, but also how to teach them life lessons.
They learn now the value of growing corn in the field, growing rice in the field. They learn what is the meaning of being a farmer now, because as a mom, as I often go out to the country and some provinces here in Philippines undergoing some trainings and seminars, I always taught them the value of it, and what I've learned, I also taught them. You must do this, do that, and you have to learn to keep what you have now, because farmland now is really, really in need all over. Because if we don't have land, even we have money, we don't have anything to eat if we won't grow anything. So they learn how to love and value what is they have now. And especially my second one, although he is now graduating from his college school. So I pretty sure he will value it, because he is insisting me not to sell our properties, our lands, because you might, mama, because I'm already graduating, you might sell the land and then you don't need to go on with farming. So he knows, and I'm very happy to hear that from him, because he's afraid that I might be.
Being a mother is one of Mariel's biggest pride and joy in life. Not only is she able to teach her children these life lessons and help them grow into successful individuals, but they in return have also been supportive of her growth and successes on the farm too.
Every time I taught them what I've learned, what I gained from what I had, they are happy to listen. They are also happy what I've achieved for going out to the country to learn such training and seminars. Because as a mom, they won't even expect me to be what I've been experiencing, because they thought that I never been going out to this country to just to go and attend training and seminars in other countries. Of course, they are very proud, and they are very happy also.
Today, the Philippines is still primarily an agricultural country, with large portions of the population living in rural areas. While the Philippine government has worked hard to advocate agricultural technology and opportunities for Filipino farmers, there are still many hurdles to overcome.
We're selling our product in a private buyers. The government are not concerned about what we are selling. Only the private sectors are buying corns from us. So it's really a bit a problem for us as a farmers, because they are controlling the price product, because they have all the means to control it. I know the government also is aware of it, but so far, as of the moment, that's trade here in Philippines.
One of the greatest advancements for farmers like Mariel was the introduction of BT corn in the Philippines back in 2002. Mariel right away recognized the need to stay up to date with the ever-evolving market, which is exactly why she switched to producing BT corn on her farm as quickly as the technology was rolled out wide-scale to the Filipino market.
BT corn was introduced to us 2004. Actually, that was the beginning of BT corn here in Philippines. So until now, we are using BT corn. I am using it since 2004 up to present. I really gain a lot because of the production increase. That's why we are still using the BT corn up to the present. The yield, of course, is more increased, and unlike corn that we are not using BT corn, of course, it's our farming that time is really, really hard, because we are only earning very minimal amount.
As a farmer, Mariel is on a constant pursuit of knowledge to keep up with new techniques and products like BT corn that she can introduce on her farm. Mariel has taken the opportunity to travel to various international seminars and training opportunities because she views these as learning gateways not only for her to increase her knowledge, but also to act as an ambassador for the industry and her country as well.
I've done trainings here locally and, of course, internationally. I was in Jakarta, Indonesia last 2022, December 14 to 19, I think. And then I attended also there in Washington. That's what a really unforgettable experience to attend in Washington, D.C. And of course, locally, I attended a lot here in Philippines because as an ambassador of a corn farmer, I need to be all over the province to advocate what really farmer and farming, the value of farming, and of course to convince farmers to continue to grow what they are growing because some of farmers now here in Philippines, they are selling their lands because of the difficulty and changes of weather. And that's what I'm convincing them. That's why I encourage them not to sell their properties, not to sell their lands, because in due time we don't have any land to use for our plant for our foods. So the great thing for me is I am using the voice of the voiceless to spread out the value of a farmer all over here in Philippines, of course. Since 2010, I am the ambassador of the cow here in Philippines. That's why they took me and all over here in the province.
As she has attended more of these conferences and trainings, her desire to be a social advocate for agriculture has grown. Mariel recognizes that not everyone involved as a farmer has the desire to advocate for the industry, which is why she is not taking this passion of hers lightly.
Not everybody taking care with their lands, and not everybody has the interest on their farms, and not everybody has the passion of being a farmer. I consider that the importance of my voice to those farmers that neglecting what they do, because I have the power to encourage them. I have the guts to encourage them. And of course, I sharing what I learned. And of course, because of that, they regain interest of their own land.
Mariel uses her platform and voice to connect with young people, including those who may not necessarily be interested in agriculture, to work towards teaching them about the importance of the industry and how they can be involved in unique yet important ways.
Oftentimes, we undergo farmers meeting here in our places and some other places. I even invite the young ones, of course, the farmers and the young ones. And before we started to undergo with our meeting, I have to set an example to them. I was telling them this was not my dream, but now because I am already here, I have to pursue with this because I learn now the value and the importance of being one and being a farmer, because I even taught them that I am only now to realize that without us farmers, all over people all over the world has nothing to eat. So from that, they learn what the importance of being a farmer.
Mariel has two of the most important jobs in the world: being a mother and raising her children, and being a farmer to raise food for the world. These are not easy roles to play, but she strives to thrive in both of them. Raising her children as a solo mother and keeping her farm running has been challenging but so rewarding, and she hopes to serve as a role model for other women in similar positions. Here's her advice to other women and individuals around the world who may be serving both as the primary family caregiver and the head of the farm.
I was selected as a women's organization here in our place. So I have a power and a voice to spread what's the good and the benefits. But I'm setting myself as an example to them, because if you have the passion, if you love what you are doing, nothing is hard and difficult. I just want to add and share to other people all over the world that if you love, if you have passion for what you do, nothing is difficult.
Mariel is such a strong and independent woman, mother, and farmer, and we're incredibly grateful for her to take the time out of her busy day to share her story with us. We want to thank her for discussing her knowledge with the listeners of the Global Farmer Voices podcast and dedicating her life toward educating the citizens of our world on the agriculture industry. If you're interested in learning more about the Global Farmer Network's missions and its members like Mariel, seeing some of the things the organization is up to, and finding out how you can get involved, please visit globalfarmernetwork.org. And if you'd like to support Global Farmer Network through a donation, you can do so at globalfarmernetwork.org/donate. If you enjoyed the podcast today, please be sure to subscribe and follow Global Farmer Network on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. Until next time, I'm Delaney Howell, and this has been the Global Farmer Voices podcast.